gates beside thee. Great, great and mighty the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty the gates beside thee. From east and west, from north and south, all voices singing arise. Makerere, rise up and rise, high up and high. All voices singing arise. Makerere, makerere, makerere. We build for the future, the great Makerere. Great, great and mighty the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty the gates beside thee. Great, great and mighty the walls around thee. Great, great and mighty the gates beside thee.
You're listening to the talk show on Infinity Radio.
I'm not going to do the justice of introducing them. They're going to introduce themselves. So I'll start with a gentleman. Gentleman on my left.
Good afternoon, everyone out there listening. Well, I thought it would be ladies first, but I'll go first then. My name is Emojong Kisaija. I'm a student of Makerere University, where I'm privileged to serve as the Guild Minister for Information Research and Computer Technology. I'm happy to be here with Nkurunziza, usually seen her on TikTok and other social media sites. I think I get to see her for the first time today, and I'm glad to with the rest of the people I'm here with. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, our Honorable Minister of Information and Information Technology. Yeah. Thank you so much. And also, I'm also lucky to see you for the first time because I'm with the Minister of Information. Okay, over to you.
A very good afternoon, dear listeners. My name is Nancy Arije. I'm a student of Makerere. I'm in second year, pursuing a bachelor's degree of tourism and hospitality management. I'm so thrilled to be a part of this show. Thank you, Kuruzita, for hosting it. And we are going to discuss very many things, and I'm looking forward to a thought-provoking discussion as we interact with my fellow panelists, our host, and the audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nancy Arije and Emojong, Honorable Minister. We expect other guests joining us, so I request you guys to stay online, share your views, share your ideas, and we are going to immediately start. But before that, I want to give a brief introduction about today's topic. Our topic is the double-edged sword of social media. So challenges of our Gen Z's future. So today, our big words which we are seeing double-edged sword when you have social media, then you have Gen Z's future, opportunities and challenges. So I'm going to start with a lady, with a girl. Could you explain for me who are the Gen Z's?
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. Our host, our topic is so critical. It is so current, I can say, and it has a key word, and that is Gen Z. Gen Z is this current generation that we are in, and these are the people who were born in the late 1990s and the early 2000s. So, literally, we are the Gen Z, and that is our target audience today. I know we have a lot of people listening in from different areas, but our target audience is Gen Z. Us and students are a part of it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Over to you, Honorable Minister. I'm going to ask something which is in line with, can I say your ministry? Yeah. So you're going to, like, social media and the double-edged sword. What do you understand by that? Double-edged sword or the social media?
On social media, I think I pretty much do not need so much explanation of what social media is. I think people out there know what it is. But for a benefit of doubt, probably I will explain it in simple terms as, those sites on the internet that we use to, socially communicate with people, maybe as opposed to, letter writing and drums and horns that our forefathers had. Here, I can talk to someone in the US or in Russia just over text. So those tools or those sites we use for such communication then is social media. On the part of double-edged sword, I think probably I first heard that word in the Bible. But it's more of, having both ends. And in this, I look at it in terms of it being good or bad. And that will entirely depend on how you use those social media sites and what you use them for. Yeah, that's what I can explain briefly.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I'm going to ask, I think we are going to first focus on the double-edged sword. So by double, I guess we can all interpret it as the positive side and the negative side, right? So you're going to help me and explain to us, like, to you, because we are the Gen Zs, and good thing you're also part of us. So I want to ask the positive side of this sword. How positively has social media impacted us as the Gen Zs?
Thank you so much. This double-edged sword, to me, I think it is symbolic. It is a sword that is double-edged, and I'm going to talk about the good side, and those are the opportunities for Gen Z. Social media has a lot of opportunities for Gen Z concurrently, especially if I, as a student, I've seen it help a lot. First of all, I can talk about the online resources we use in education. I can talk about how it helps us to do research, to do our courseworks. So those online resources are one of the things we use. For instance, the research gates, the different applications we use. We know chat AI and the rest. And these applications have helped us to, made work easier. We are not like those people in the past who had to do everything for themselves. That is number one. And the second reason is the positive edge. Okay, the positive edge of the sword is about career opportunities. Many youths, many Gen Zs have taken social media to the next level. They have used it to grow their passions, and have developed careers. They have become entrepreneurs in very different areas and different spaces. I can talk about podcasts. People are making podcasts and they're making money. When I go on the other side of entrepreneurship, people are doing e-commerce. They're selling goods online and they're making a lot of money. And for the Gen Z, it has made work easier, more flexible. That's what I can say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I will get back to you. So, Honorable Minister, could you please help me see the other side of the sword, the negative implications of social media?
Well, sad I have to talk about its bad side. But mostly, I can't say it presents people with opportunities. However, I say nothing is good all through. And when I'm to look at the negative side of social media, I'll start from the basis of the environment we live in. For example, campus. That whereas it does all those good things that RJ has talked about, people can do research, people can, do podcasts and earn money. People actually, there's monetization on Twitter and TikTok and everything. On the other hand, I think it is a very, very disruptive site itself. That people's spans of concentration have reduced to start with. That people will now not be able, in our generation, to probably read a book of 1,000 pages and take it all through and read it until its end. We have people that cannot even watch a 5 minutes YouTube video these days. People prefer shorts on YouTube. People prefer short videos of TikTok. So that means they then probably miss out on a lot more content if they continue then consuming very short videos. Because you see, if you have something very important you have to pass on, it may take a long time. But then when you have attention spans of people being very short, then means they'll miss out on most of their part. Then also, we talk about things like, making people lazy. Yeah, that someone will comfortably sit in their room and scroll through TikTok the entire day and don't do anything. So with all that it comes with, I feel now it becomes a problem to people who now do not have things like self-control. Because if you're not someone who knows how to balance your time, if you're not someone who knows how to know when to do what, then social media becomes a very bad place for you, because you'll go on Twitter and it's all interesting there. And you'll forget that you have to read books, for example. There are people that will sit in shops and do not take care to, offer services to the customers that come, and just decide to, be on Facebook the entire day and things like that. So that's the other hand it has had. Then still, when you talk about research and, how AI comes in, well, I don't know if it's part of social media or not, but you see now people cannot put in work like they used to get things done. People these days will just, write a letter of AI, just prompt it and get a letter and sign and deliver. So people are losing creativity. People are losing their attention span. People cannot concentrate anymore. That's social media basically to start with in our environment. Yeah.
Thank you so much, our minister. So over to you, Nancy. I want to ask, he spoke about lack of self-control. Like, I go in my room, then I scroll 24/7 on TikTok, or I go on X, I keep retweeting or doing, like, I cannot control myself when I reach there. And of course, we know many people are going to come and preach and motivate us. You can continue scrolling, but you get an idea as you keep scrolling. So how best can we try to avoid or limit ourselves, or how can we foster self-control in students' life?
Well, thank you so much. To me, for you to have self-control, you have to be intentional. It starts with you, who is using social media. maybe you have 24 hours a day and every minute, every second is budgeted for. You will not get an extra or say maybe I will, you know. So it is you to be intentional, to have that self-control. If you're having that TikTok, if you're having, okay, all those social media apps, if you're having Instagram, it starts with you. Just know I have limited, okay, plan your screen time. Know you have work to do offline, and it is actually important because you have to balance all the two sides of life. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. We are also trying to navigate the opportunities and challenges of the Gen Z's future, right? So, Honorable Minister, back to you. You see, with social media, we have this problem of cyberbullying. So, if this thing is more intense, it can affect a student's mental health. And you find you're in class, but because something private leaked or because someone bullied you. And also, we can also use other assistants which are coming up. We use Photoshop, Photolab, and we can integrate your real body with some fake body just to bully you so that we can get what we want. So how best can we try and avoid that, the cyberbullying thing, of which I know we cannot curb it 100%, but we can at least try and foster change. How best do you think, let me say, the university management can do with cyberbullying? How best can we nab it or control it or limit it?
Okay. That's a topic I've always tried to avoid. But one thing is, if cyberbullying happens, I think there are regulations. If it's related to sexual harassment or assault, we have GMT. We have, there's Kish. There are very, very, very many organs within the university that handle such cases. Where problems come in is, one, students do not know about some of them. They do not know where to go when they face such challenges. Secondly, some know, some actually fear to go to report these cases because of fear for stigma. And on the other hand, some students may actually not know what amounts to cyberbullying or what doesn't amount to cyberbullying. So there is a lot of sensitization needed in the first place for awareness of where to report, what to report, yeah, and also us as people taking care of our own selves while on social media. I say this because someone will claim they are cyberbullied, but then when you look at their post, it is one that is, triggering people probably to cyberbully them. Yeah, I think you'll find posts of a girl has posted a picture and she's like, me off over 50 million, something like that. Yeah, girls usually post those things there of them trying to compare themselves to money or post pictures that then are revealing. Yeah, so in such instances, of course, you're triggering a certain part of the community on these social media sites. You're looking for a reaction and they will surely give it to you. Yeah, so one, we have to be careful of what we post. I think we should also be responsible. We should not put it entirely on the end of the people cyberbullying. I'm not defending people that do that, but at the other end, we have to be responsible as people now that post on these social media handles. When people complain about things like things leaking, nudes leaking, yeah, I will totally blame the person that leaks those nudes. But on the other hand, I will equally blame the person who allows to be recorded while they are nude. Yeah, probably if you find a problem with nude pictures leaking or videos, then the best way to curb it would be not recording them in the first place. Yeah, so a lot has to go to our end as people to be responsible for what we do well on social media or off social media, because there are instances people have done things actually off social media. Someone will pick them up and bring them on online here, and then people will roast you. Yeah. So yeah, it's two-way. Regulations and also us being careful with oneself. Yeah.
Okay, before I cross over, I want to ask you another question. So you said, like, how we can try to curb or limit the cyberbullying is, okay, the problem is you said some students don't know where to report to or how to report to the management. So, good thing today we have the Minister of Information. So I want to ask, how do we disembark on spreading information or making sure that the information reaches the students? Because there are some students, let me say, can I say something like 30% of the students are lazy. Like, we don't want to come online, or we don't want to, let me say, go on the university website and find out information. We want to come online and we go on TikTok, scroll, do what, record videos and all that. So how best can we try to, bring the information out? Like, we try to force them to get to know information, but without forcing them. How best can we try, like, from your ministry?
Yeah.
Because it can help us in trying to, limit cyberbullying, or, like the university can also put regulations on social media use and all that.
I think we've heard of this saying that goes, you can take a horse to the river, but you may not force it to drink water. and it holds in this scenario, because I think we've had similar engagements with the administration on various issues. For example, I think I'll mention the recently contentious fees policy that we managed to talk to our administration about and get it suspended through the guild president. But you see, one of the reasons we were telling them is people do not know about the fees policy. Administration tells you, actually, among the documents we give freshmen and fresh women is the fees policy. So the issue is that students do not then go on to read what these documents they've been given entail. Same thing with gender mainstreaming directorate. All policies are given to freshers when they report. But just like I told you, we are in a generation where people cannot read. Yeah. So they'll give them a paper, just go after orientation, throw it on the table and never open to find out what actually is there. Yeah. Most cases this is information that will help them, acclimatize to the environment and campus and know what happens, what do I do when this happens. So the problem is, with us not wanting to read, we've lost our concentration span. We do not want to read anymore. But besides that, I cannot say that we've then sat back and said, as long as these people have been given policies and they've not read, that's on them. I think we've not stopped on that. I think you'll realize that beyond that, you'll find that these different directorates in campus then go out still to orientations at different colleges to talk about these things. That, okay, if you can't read, let me come at your orientation and tell you about Kish. Let me come at your orientation and tell you about GMD. Yeah. Now, worse still, some students don't attend orientations. Yeah. So you realize that with all maybe the effort that administration is putting into spread out this information, some people are laid back. Yeah. It's hard to even access them. Now, you see, beyond that point, I cannot do anything as well. You see, if I make a poster, probably, talking about where to report, when you're sexually harassed or assaulted and send it to your class group, then I think I've done my best. Now, on reading it and knowing what it is about or what it is not about, then becomes out of my hands, because now I may not come to your phone to read it for you. Yeah. But I think all the stakeholders are aware of these problems, and that's why every time, they try to adopt new measures to, now address the problems that exist. When they realize people are not reading, then they reach out to colleges at orientations. And they realize some people don't attend orientations, then they do posters, flyers that they send to these groups so that people can read. So, and one by one, I think we shall get there. With time, we shall have all people aware of these policies. But you see, even then, the biggest problem is actually not them receiving the information. The biggest problem is stigma. People fear to report. And I think that's now another discussion we can have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So over to the lady. UCC has a slogan that says, "An informed consumer is an empowered consumer." And also, we are trying to navigate the opportunities of the Gen Z's future, and most of the information is passed out via social media and all that. Like on companies' websites or their accounts, they pass on information. But then we've identified that we, the Gen Zs, we have a problem with following up. I don't want to follow UCC, but I want to follow Kim Kardashian. And garbage in, garbage out. So what you take in is what you bring out. And of course, there are different content that is being brought out by the different people we are following. So how do you think we, the Gen Zs, can adapt to, can I say, reading and also following up these, can I say, I don't know how to say it, I don't want to be rude, but we can follow up these companies or the prospect people who can help us and give us opportunities. Because of course, we are also trying to fight unemployment in the process. We are trying to fight unemployment, and we also believe that there are no jobs, of which it's not the truth, because jobs are there. But how are jobs advertised? On our company platforms. So how do we encourage the students? How do we foster that, can I say, that skill or the love of reading? How best can we foster it so that the time I would have spent on scrolling or following up the lifestyle of Kim Kardashian, I use that time to follow the company. I read through what they want, if they are hiring, as a way of navigating the opportunities of the Gen Z's future.
Well, thank you so much, our dear host, and it is indeed true. Our Gen Z, my current generation, I am also guilty of it. Okay, most of the times we don't really look for things that will help us. We remember to look for them when time is out. Like for instance, now I'm at campus and I'm doing a tourism course, and I don't really care to follow UWA, Uganda Wildlife Authority, and the related organizations to know what's taking place in Uganda about that particular course. And many students are doing different kinds of courses, and I find myself following Selena Gomez and all those kinds of people, and the content I'm consuming will not actually at the end of the day help me. You get it? So I think it all goes back to what I said in the beginning, being intentional, and some people cannot be intentional them as themselves. So I think like the way we have different organizations for gender, for different issues in campus, or even in these high schools, the new curriculum allows using gadgets. I think they can develop, should I call them policies or organizations, to go back there and tell them and inform them on how they can use social media resourcefully. You find some people, for instance, they're doing a course, but they cannot even use that social media. Okay, the phone they have, they don't know the importance of it. The only thing they know is searching for the latest news, latest music, but they don't know that these apps which can do this, like LinkedIn. Recently, some of my friends were asking me, what is the use of LinkedIn? And you know how it networks professionally. So I think it all goes back to being intentional about what you want and spreading awareness about the use of social media amongst the Gen Zs. More so, I appeal, or I don't know how to call it, my generation, the Gen Zs, we are so rigid. We don't want to listen. When someone tells you, please, can you do this? You can use this app to do this. Then you're like, so you mean like you're more knowledgeable than you're showing off. So I appeal and I beg, please let us be flexible and learn. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Before we go in for a short break, I want to listen from you, the viewers, about the double-edged sword of social media. How do you think we can navigate the opportunities and the challenges? Everyone who is listening in, be it our elders or our fellow Gen Zs, we are going to come back as we read the messages. You can send in your message on 0770 964 220, or you can also text, and we will read your views and keep being part of us. Thank you so much. We'll be back shortly.
You're listening to the talk show on Infinity Radio.
Looking for the best products and services to make your day? Deep Green Business Solutions has got you covered. We deal in various products and services including delicious pure millet flour, pure cow ghee, peanut butter, cinnamon or madarasini, turmeric, black pepper, transport services, making liquid soap, bar soap, making body lotions, consultancy, massage shoes and many more. We are located in Kanyanya, Kamamboga, and we sell online and do deliveries to your doorsteps across the whole country. For more information, contact us at 0702 841 300 or 0772 768 351. Send us an email at deepgreenbusinesssolutionslimited@gmail.com. Visit our website today at www.mamachungafoundation.org. Deep Green Business Solutions, deliciously prepared.
More music, more variety, non-stop hits. We simply play the best.
Radio.
Your happiness, our pleasure.
Are you tired of dull or uneven skin? Introducing Baylice Skin Care, your ultimate destination for radiant, healthy-looking skin. We know that achieving flawless skin can be a challenge. Dark spots, acne, and hyperpigmentation can dull your glow. That's why we have crafted a comprehensive range of skin products, from nourishing lotions to expert brightening solutions. At Baylice Skin Care, we deal in lotions, creams, baby gels and oils, bleaching products, brightening products, shower gels, all skin care routine products, perfumes of all kinds, and many more. At Baylice Skin Care, we use only the finest ingredients to hydrate and nourish your skin, reduce appearance of dark spots and acne, and enhance your natural glow. Our products are of high quality and affordable. To make your order now, contact 0771 235591 or 0708 556337. Baylice Skin Care. Look fresh, keep young.
We're not your usual local radio station. We're the best online radio, Infinity Radio.
With your baby mama at the crib and blow her back out. Shorty feel
The city's voice. Hey, what's up? This is Justin Timberlake on the radio. Yo.
Yes, it's me, Calvin Harris.
Hey guys, I'm Halsey.
What's up, y'all? It's Pharrell, and you're listening to
Infinity Radio.
Belong.
Hey, it's a mess out there. They can leave, but we don't.
You're listening to the talk show on Infinity Radio.
much. Welcome back. And it's one, yeah, it is one. I hope you're having lunch. You guys don't starve yourselves. Lunch is not a mindset. Okay, so for now, I'm going to step in the shoes of my parents and our parents. So we as the elders, we are not pleased by you, the Gen Zs, because of immorality that is ongoing because of social. Of course, social media helps in promoting immorality. I don't know if you agree or if you don't agree. You still tell us. So, do you believe that social media has increased immorality? Your Honorable Minister, you're going to go first. Because before we went for a short break, our sister was talking. So, Honorable Minister, you're going to go first and tell us. In the same go when he's done, she's also going to tell us her views. Then I'm going to derive more questions from what she said. Thank you.
Right, I think that's the exact conversation we're having off air. Social media and immorality. I think what we see on social media is just the reflection of what society looks like. Social media does not make those nude pictures you see, those nude videos you see. It's people that do these things and bring them to social media. So what it is actually doing is showing who people actually are. Yeah. Social media itself has not caused the immorality. What is happening is that there is actually moral degeneration in our societies, even without social media. Why we can then talk about social media is that maybe people use these sites to then, bring up all these things they do in their private and stuff like that. But social media that does not really. The other argument that always comes up is, these social media sites have children on them. So when you post these things, you're getting children exposed to things like that. Who then are we going to blame for having a child access these social media sites if you think they are below 18 and they are not yet at an age when they cannot go on these social media sites? Yeah. I think you, our parents,
yes, as the parents,
give 5-year-olds phones. Yeah. Very necessary for their education and all those things, but I think there should be monitoring. I think now because of the busy schedules that parents have, they do not then, care to know what is my child doing with Facebook, what is my child doing on TikTok, what content are they consuming, and besides that, are you talking to them? Yeah, because of course children get exposed to everything over time, but then when you do not talk to them, then probably they will always take what they've consumed elsewhere. So I think parents need time with their kids. The church, social media itself, and their presence should then be regulated for us to ensure that we have a good generation that comes after us. But when things continue like this, then it becomes a very, very big problem. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think before we cross over, I'm seeing some messages coming through. Andrew Okello says, well done. I'm Andrew Okello Ogwal, CEO Campus Media House, live from Gulu University. Loud and clear online. Thank you so much, Andrew Okello, for loving and listening into Infinity Radio. Another one, I'm seeing Joshua. He says, many thanks to all the guests for their good opinions about social media challenges on students. Otherwise, thank you for the show. Thank you so much, Joshua, for listening in and loving Infinity Radio. Please keep the messages coming in. We also want to hear from you, your perspective, your point of view. So over to you, my sister.
Thank you so much, dear host. Well, the question is, has social media really caused or has it been the reason for immorality? Well, I believe even before social media came, humankind was already immoral. We were already bad people. Sorry for being rude. Social media has come in as a catalyst to show. It has brought new opportunities to show who we are, like the previous speaker said. But then also I think social media can partly be blamed because there is lack of accountability on social media. For instance, there are very many cases that have been ongoing, maybe nudes leaking, spreading false news, propaganda. We all know what has been going on in politics and in different spheres of life. And when people do that, they're not should I call it, they're not asked why, the reason as to why they did it or even have been punished. No, they have not. So social media lacks accountability. If it was there, maybe someone would think twice before violating certain things. Then another thing is, as we all know, social media has, like I previously said, it has given us new opportunities. I'll continue to emphasize this because before social media, maybe you would go there, do your things, and maybe squeak, and you don't know, like, no one comes to know. So I also partly blame social media because it has normalized harmful behavior, like dressing half naked and posting nude pictures. That is a very, very bad thing, though many people believe different things. But I think social media has normalized, like it is so normal now. There are times people post pictures and you're like, oh my God, what is this? But when you go through the comment section, oh my God, Gen Z's commenting, like, this is normal, this is, and it is so disheartening to me as someone who is part of this Gen Z. Yeah, that's what I think. Thank you.
Thank you so much from the big family of Team Infinity Radio and TV. I'm seeing some messages coming through. Jose Matt says, thanking crew for the awesome show. I'm listening in. Me, I wasn't a bad person before social media. So for him, I don't know. So I don't know if you can help me understand this. So it means I wish like he was here live so that we can ask him, but when did you come to know about social media? Because some people are getting born in this era of social media. So is he trying to imply that the moment you're born and in this social media era you're bad?
Maybe before she goes, I think I would like to feel sorry for Martin. So that Martin is now a bad boy. I think it's really bad that he's bad. But social media itself being an influence on him is now something I should question, in good faith though, on whether probably that lacked with parental upbringing, that probably there was a gap that he had that now social media filled. Yeah, because you see, we live in this age, all of us live in this age, and I think almost everyone sees these things every day, but not all of us have become bad. Yeah, so now what then explains why some people have remained with their morals and others have not now maintained their morals? Yeah, I think now it goes back to things we did and things, how we were brought up and things like that. Yeah, I think I would just stop at that for now.
Thank you so much. My sister?
Maybe I would want to chip in. He talked about a gap, and that is a topic on its own because we live. Okay, should I call our parents Gen Z parents who are so busy?
No, leave us parents.
Okay, we have. Okay, let me use an example of a family whereby the mom, the dad are always busy, and the baby or the children are left with a maid at home, and their toys are these phones you see. So there are very many topics these parents are supposed to talk to the Gen Zs about. Like, in the previous early times, they would gather around the fire to talk about these sensitive topics. So you find a child is growing up maybe from primary 7 to senior 1, and you know how high school makes you curious. And he is shy to ask the mother, the father about those sensitive topics. And the only choice he or she has is to contact what? Social media. And you know, social media has no filters. When you ask it something, it will bring it the way it is. So, yeah, you can be spoiled if you're not intentional, or maybe you're still that innocent and your mind is blank, and whatever social media is giving you is what it is being written there, and you end up falling into, should I call it a trap or something like that? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I see it's becoming interactive. Jose March, the one who became bad after social media, has said Gen Z needs to understand and draw a line between what freedom of expression is and how best it should be used well on social media. So this is how I pose the question to our guests. Yeah? How can we draw a line between what freedom of expression is on social media? How do we draw the line? You're going to answer that. I'm seeing another message coming in. This is Dr. Fiona. She's in Molago. She's listening in. She says the constant need for comparison to others, fear of missing out on on some social events, and the pressure to present a perfect image to the public have led to the increased anxiety and insecurity among the youth and other people. I think she's contributing to the challenges that we as Gen Zs. I think I'm going to repeat this. She says the constant need for comparison to others, fear of missing out on some social events, and the pressure to present a perfect image to the public have led to the increased anxiety and security among the youth and other people. Thank you so much. To her, that's the biggest problem we are facing as a society because of social media. Thank you so much, Dr. Fifi, for that. Another message. Hello, this is Fahad Uthman. Nice show, listening live from Mitchell A6A. Thank you so much, Fahad. I think we are going to pass by after. Thank you so much. Keep the messages coming through. So, okay, before we continue, before we go on, I also want to ask my people, the ones I'm with, yeah? The Gen Zs, the representatives. I want to ask, how has social media impacted your perception of high school life? So, what am I talking about? Campus life, sorry. Because in the campus setting, how has it impacted your perception of life at campus?
Well, thank you so much, our dear host. How has social media impacted my life as a campus student? Well, it is also double-edged. It is both positive and negative, because social media, something that comes with good advantages cannot be without disadvantages. So as a campus student, I can relate to my life and the life of those around me. Let me start with the negative part. There is this thing of posting. I'm going to talk about it. Pressure, which brings about pressure that these girls or boys, or with their money, everyone is who they are, and they're experiencing this kind of lifestyle that is so posh, and we all know that campus life is not equal for everyone. And when they go to those nice places, nice hotels, they post. So it brings up that kind of pressure amongst some students. Though I personally, I'm not bragging, but I live within my means. I do what I can. So there is that element of pressure and wanting to find out more. I want to go there. I want to see who is there. I want to see what is there. I want to also hold an iPhone 15 Pro Max. You get, because it has these features which my phone doesn't which my phone doesn't have. And to the positive side, I can also relate to my life and to the life of those around me. I'm going to use an example of Nkuru, who is having a podcast on TikTok and on YouTube, Beyond the Books. she's really reaching out to very many campus students with relevant topics, which are helping us very much. And she's using social media in a very, very, very good way. And I hope we can look up to her for that. And when I go on an individual basis, like I said in the beginning, being intentional. When you pick up that phone, you have that data, you have that Wi-Fi, you're scrolling. Please don't spend 24 hours scrolling. There is life outside. Okay, there is life offline. You can do some other things. You can gain something. And when you go on social media, yes, you can be entertained, but you can also learn something from there. Don't just go there to follow Kim Kardashian and all those kinds of things. Yes, be entertained, but please balance the boat. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Nancy, for that. Thank you so much, Team Infinity Radio, everyone who is listening in, people who love us, people who also want to contribute to the show and the topic we are having. And yeah, not to forget to talk about Mkuru, who has a podcast, yeah. So we can also not, forget about that. Like there is, like we are looking at a double-edged sword of social media. So there is a positive side and the negative side. So I think it all lies with the choices we make, right? So I can choose to go on the positive side, and Emojon can choose to go like on the negative side. It does no harm. Okay, so the next question I want to ask is so we are also trying to look at the challenges, right? Moments ago we had a message from Dr. Fiona, who was listening in. So I want to pose this question, like in the health part. How can, what are the links between social media usage and mental health concerns? Building in from the anxiety, she said. So you can help me and tell us, what are the links between social media and mental health concerns?
I must acknowledge that people are really depressed. Gen Zs are really depressed, and I think Doctor mentions one very important aspect that I think has made very many of us people in our age bracket, I think, go through hard times. FOMO, fear of missing out. My friends and go to expensive bars in Pololo. I think I should go there too. Yeah. They put on the latest shoes and clothes and they are fashionistas, so I think I should put them on too. I think the best way to go around that is, I think, someone never forgetting where they come from. I think that that will usually help you a lot in these things. I cannot say that I've never wanted to be like the guys I see on social media. Probably I also want to, put on smartly like some people I see on social media. I also want to go to those places. Actually, even on status, you'll find our friend has flown out for a vacation.
Yeah, true. Connections, please.
Yeah, I can't say I don't want to fly out. Yeah, but I think one very important aspect is knowing that I think these things are always a matter of time. I think one important thing that our generation has been eluded of is patience. I think people don't know how to be patient. People don't want to accept that we can't all have the same things. Yeah. I'm here. I'm the Minister for Information. And there will always be one Minister for Information each year. So you cannot want to be like me at that time.
In the same year.
In the same year.
What if I want to be the shadow minister? Sorry for next time.
Yeah, so you have to wait. Same things, I think I also see some people who think I would want to have. But it's always a matter of, knowing that it's not yet my time. I'll get there. All I have to do is put in the work. Yeah. I may not have the money to eat at the guild canteen every day, for example. So when you understand that, you find peace. You accept who you are. If all you can afford is spending 3,000 a day, yeah, you have to print notes, you have to eat, you have to buy data on 3,000. Accept that that's the situation you're in now, and work towards getting the one you want. I think personally, these things should just be a motivation.
Yeah.
I do not know how then these things now depress people. Yeah. I think when I see that among my friends' circle, there is someone who has flown. So I think it makes it look like, okay, if I have Unkuru, she's flying out and she's my friend. Meaning I'm in good company anytime I could also fly. Yeah. I think it becomes worrying when I'm in a circle where all of us I can't go beyond Kampala. Okay. Yeah. So these things should most of the times be a motivation. When I see my friends doing better, I think I get hope that, you know what, I think I can also be like them. Yeah. We should draw inspiration from these people. When you see someone, you know, I think what depresses now girls mostly is the other girl has a boyfriend who cars came in.
Every time a car is parked at hostel.
Things like that. So I think it's accepting. Still, you have to accept that, you know what, if you have, like, accept that, you know, the one I have can only afford to escort me on foot to Western Gate.
Okay.
and that's what he has now. If you don't have, then probably now work on getting those things yourself. I don't think you should rely on a man for you to, you know, get a car.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that. I think when you see probably your friend with a man who has a car, I think now you just work on making sure you get your own car. Yeah, your goal shouldn't now be to get a man who has a car, because we shall come and we shall leave at any one moment. Yeah, and I'll live with my car. Yeah. So I think what you should work on is getting your own things as a woman. If you want them, you shouldn't look for them from other people. Bottom line, it happens, yes, depression happens, but I think for the wrong reasons. These things should be motivation to us and inspiration for us to look forward to. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm seeing another message coming in. This is Joshua Bombi, a teenage activist at Bagako. Unfortunately, what students often do not realize is that people tend to only post their highlight reel on social media and keep their difficult experiences off the internet. As a result, another person's life may look perfect online, but offline they have struggles just like anyone else. Still, it's easy for us students to play the comparison game and start thinking that everyone is happier or better off than they are. And this has caused many fall in trouble because of social media pressure on what they see. Thank you so much, Joshua Bombi. I think we have picked a message. So, Nancy, I want to, he said something, actually, if I've posted that I am out of the country, I went to Maldives, and everyone is like, okay, cool, went, and then you start trying to compare and all that. But, okay, so you see this part where what I post is not exactly what's going on. Let me use this example. Let me say the president has come here. And I ran, I'm like, I want to have a picture with you, Mr. President. Of course, he won't say no, because he's a public servant and he's a public figure. So I take a picture. We can even choose to have 1, 2, 3. We are even shaking hands. And then I go on my status. I start posting. Then someone there is going to see my status and start saying, oh my God, Kuru is already with the president. You guys, connections. Other people are going to start feeling bad, right? Because it is something fake. Because I came literally, I pleaded for the picture. It wasn't easy, but I pleaded and I got the picture. So on posting, everyone is like, oh, connections, our girl. First of all, they're going to start hyping you. So if you're not very, very well stable, me as the poster, I am going to feel that hype. So I can also start, changing the attitude because of the hype. That's one. And then if I do not reach where the hype had, placed me, I am a bit going to be depressed. we as campus students. And then another thing, someone who is going to see my post is going to start, today I might post when I'm with a president, tomorrow someone else comes, tomorrow I post when I'm in a car, which is not mine. I just come at a good canteen, I see someone moving out, I'm like, can I have a picture? And I just enter. I'm like, lunchtime drive. And then people are going to start getting depressed because of something that is fake, like the fake life. So how do you think, like, me as a student, I can learn how to react? I know it is hard to tell fake from real because social media is a mask. Unless we remove the mask, like you come before I take the picture, you cannot really know what's going on. So how do you think we can try to limit the anxiety, the depression, which comes in with the pressure from social media?
Well, thank you so much, Guruziza, and this is so real because you will see someone viewing someone's status on WhatsApp or stories on Instagram. What do they call them on Snapchat? Snaps? Streaks or something like that.
I'm not on Instagram.
I'm not a Snapchat person, but I normally hear my friends talk about those things, and and they normally caption with, you've talked about boyfriends. My previous speaker talked about boyfriends, but others are dating boys. I'm dating a man. you know those captions. Someone gets depressed, gets sleepless nights. They're like, I have to be this, and in actual sense, it's unreal. It's not real. I think people need to be informed. People need to set boundaries on what to believe and not what to believe, because not all these girls you see in cars or you see in posh places are okay. That is the kind of lifestyle they are in reality. Because I've evidenced some, and it's actually not a good thing. But please don't allow that thing to depress you. Trust the process. There is no way you will be maybe a 20-year-old, 21-year-old, 22-year-old, and maybe you are not born from a very, very giving background, and you expect to be having things of something who is 35 years. Those people worked for them. They trusted the process. And yeah, it's your time. Trust the process. Work hard and pray for God to bless you, but don't allow yourself to be pressured, and come to believe that life on ground is actually different from life on social media. Very different if you're to observe closely. And more so, I'm going to go a little bit off topic. These celebrities we follow, I'm not going to mention names, mostly girls. Oh my God.
They're our idols.
Oh my God. The times I see my age mates comments, and I see their lifestyles, and I'm like, oh my God, where is Gen Z heading to? She got a new car, she bought it herself. Do you know where she works? Do you know how much she earns? So let us not be taken by the hype and the pressure. And literally, at the end of the day, be intentional. Please be intentional. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. We are being joined by our other guest. Yeah, the 90th Minister. I think he's going to introduce himself shortly. Then Honorable Minister of Information will continue after the Minister of Health.
Oh, it's a pleasure for all of you who are tuning in on infinityug.com on Infinity Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please continue listening in. This is an amazing radio. I hope you're having a good time. I'm so sorry for coming in late. Quite had some engagements. My name is Joseph Nsamba, and I'm the medical student in year 5 and also the health minister. I'm glad to be part of this amazing group of intelligent people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Minister of Information.
Yeah, I think I must welcome Honorable Minister Sambaya. It's our pleasure to be in his presence. But we were still continuing, and I think this is a part. I think he also has a part in when we talk about things like mental health and depression. I think we are bad people naturally. Because in the first place, I always ask myself, what depresses you exactly about someone buying a new car?
You wanted to.
We are selfish people. Yeah, we are bad people. Because I don't get it as to why someone feels bad because someone has gotten to a better place. Yeah. And you know, the listener brings it out well. That actually, people only post what they want you to see. Yeah, they may not post their entire life on social media. Now, in most cases, it so happens that actually the person posting those things that are depressing you may even be more depressed. Because at a time when people are trying to, put out a fake life, then they are looking for validation. Probably they have problems they are facing and are looking for validation. What makes it even worse is they are always under pressure to maintain such a lifestyle they've set for their viewers and for their status viewers and followers and things like that. Yeah. So I don't understand up to now. I usually get shocked. These are things I usually ask people about. Yeah. Probably we are neighbors in the village. My neighbor's son is becoming a doctor. Why are you bewitching the neighbor's son? Is it that now when you bewitch them, yours will now become the doctor? I never understood why people. Because in any case, that person is going to help you. Yeah. So we shouldn't be depressed by people becoming better. That's their life. I think that should not be that should not be your concern. In any case, be happy for them. Probably wait for your time. You'll also get there.
Just to add something, I think in what you're saying, it's very important. I think a better mindset should be, if someone succeeds, the right thing should be is to question how they did it. Yes, if someone has achieved great things, the right mindset should be, I come to you and ask you how exactly have you made it. Negative energy has no value to you or neither. Because I think if maybe you get a first class, there's no real need to envy you. The right mindset, the right value addition mindset should be me being curious and coming to you. Hey, bro, how have you done it? Your business has succeeded. You're getting more customers. How are you doing it? That's the right spirit, not this stupid thing of envying, and that's really not uncalled for. I think that's a better thing we can take. That's what I'm taking from what you're submitting.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister of Health. I want to ask you something. So, in our highlights, we're also trying to navigate the opportunities and challenges of the Gen Z's future. But the opportunities come in when you have high self-esteem, and the challenges come in when you have low self-esteem. So my question is, how can we mitigate the negative effects of social media on self-esteem? Can I repeat, or we are good to go?
We're good to go. Thank you so much. First of all, I like the topic. The topic is talking about the double-edged. Social media is a double-edged sword. First of all, I'm not going to go straight to the question. Let me first give something brief about the topic. One people I like is Elon Musk. Elon Musk said that in this generation, you no longer need to go to school to learn a skill. This generation of YouTube, for example, you no longer need to go to courses to learn how to code.
Come on.
All you need to do is to sit down on your computer, because there are tutorials on YouTube, 12-hour tutorials, and you're going to learn everything. Free online courses. There are just a few cases where maybe you might need an expert. But this generation of YouTube and a lot of social media platforms, there are a lot of skills we can learn. So I would want us as the Gen Zs to take advantage of this and to empower skills, because one of the ways we make money and why how we can mitigate the issues we have with unemployment is to learn skills, because the one way we make money is by trading a skill for money. So as Gen Zs, it's very important that we leverage on social media to learn skills. I'm sure nowadays someone can learn graphics designing online. You don't even need to pay someone. You can learn marketing, you can learn coding, you can learn influencing, name it all. You can read a lot of things online. So it's important to leverage on that. But then you pose a very important question. How do we the question is let me hope I got it well. You're saying, how do we mitigate
the negative
the negativity of social media that comes with the low self-esteem?
Yeah.
Is that a question?
Yeah. How can we mitigate the negative effects of social media on self-esteem?
The negativity of social media.
Because you're trying to navigate the opportunities and challenges, of which we have identified that the opportunities come in when you have high self-esteem.
True.
If you believe in yourself.
True.
And then the low esteem comes in when among the challenges of social media, we said we have cyberbullying, and then we have miscommunication. So that might bring in the low self-esteem of me as an individual. So how do we mitigate the negative effects of social media on self-esteem?
On self-esteem. No, I think self-esteem should be something which goes back to an individual level. And I believe that, for example, if you're not courageous enough in real life, it's very unlikely that you get the inspiration online. But I try, if, for example, let me give a scenario. If, for example, maybe someone is insecure about their body, maybe they post it online, maybe they get negative back. Is it that kind of scenario?
Yeah.
Someone is insecure their body, they try to post, and then they probably get negative energy.
Or
So
you
how do
say
we-
something and they say, bro, you don't have brains, so you find
I
you cannot.
think personally I believe in positive criticism.
Okay.
Because sometimes we might be out there thinking that we are so good, we are so intelligent, but it's only when maybe you get criticized that you actually get to acknowledge that actually whatever you are believing in as an individual is actually true.
Okay.
For example, you can be there, oh my god, you're so intelligent. Remember the day you open your mouth to speak, or the day you open to post something, you reveal who the real you is. So I think social media can be a way of self-discovery. It can be a good way of having self-discovery, because by the way, one of the biggest problems of the generation is we don't know ourselves. For example, Precious, if I ask you right now, what defines you? Who are you? You might take like an hour to answer me that question. Or you might
By the
maybe
way.
I'm asking better AI. So I think, for example, let me give you an example. You may actually not know that you're an attention seeker.
Yeah.
But then the fact that you post a status and then you keep checking how many people have viewed it.
Or how many people have reacted.
How many people have reacted? How many people have
liked.
viewed?
The
Then you're
green
so
heart.
curious of how. Now, for example, me, I don't care who has viewed. I don't care who has seen.
Yeah,
I don't care how many likes I put on Twitter. As long as in my head I wanted to
You
post this,
communicate it.
that is it. Whether you liked it. Now, I think that can bring out, can be a good way of positive criticism to help us identify, to help us understand ourselves better, and probably identify maybe things we are bad at and things we are good at. Sorry, the things that are maybe the bad traits in us, and maybe we can work on them.
Yeah.
So I want to look at it in that angle that it could be, if you have low self-esteem, probably using social media can be actually a way of boosting you and then taking away the negative self-esteem, because probably by doing whatever thing that gives you low self-esteem can actually that thing that brings in the self-esteem, when you get positive criticism about it or anything, it could be a turning point, than actually being in silence where actually no one is recognized. Because remember, this generation is a generation of fast information. if you're not fast, if you're not adapting very quickly, you can be end up left out. So I think social media can be a good way of increasing people's self-esteem, especially through positive criticism and getting to know ourselves better. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm trying to answer your question, but that's how I would think in that line.
Yeah. So me what I've picked, you guys, let's stop checking our WhatsApp to see people have reacted. The green hearts we are
on Twitter, people are posting to fighting for likes. Please follow me.
I know.
People are fighting for follow me. I follow
another
me.
afternoon
It
to
means you're an
follow
attention
back who
seeker.
follows
You
me.
Let me interrupt a little bit. Well, if you're an attention seeker like you, it's a very bad thing. But that case is where you find you are marketing something. You want your following to grow beyond the books, once followers. Okay. Allow me end here.
But now, let's say beyond that. Now, I also do content creation. Now, when you're creating content, for example, beyond the books, the new channel, you want to get TikTok followers, probably TikTok followers, a good justification for how your authentic channel is.
Yeah.
You are very eager now. You're going to get unnecessary depression.
True.
Because it's very unlikely that you're going to get that big following after 5 days. All you look at the most successful YouTubers. Look at Mr. Beast 9 years ago, how his channel was. Look at MKBDH, that guy. His channel 9 years ago. Because we're in a generation which has fast information, want fast results. So the mindset is like that. So me, I believe in step by step, because this is a learning process, and when you master the art very well, the results will come. So even if it's coming to following, I know we are in an age where maybe you're 23, you're trying to find a side hustle which gives you money, so you want these things to grow. But long-term sustainable things take time, and I think that's a very ideal mindset to take. So my friend, beyond the books, I think even following is a step. Just focus on making good content. Actually, I believe in content where people come to view my channel not because I've shared the link, but because they know when somebody speaks about maybe a particular topic, maybe there is sense, like they bring themselves. Actually, the ones who are searching than me. Oh my God, so I can share links in WhatsApp groups.
Okay, my Minister of Information has to say something.
That's what I'm saying. But anyway, that's my perception. People have different ways of saying things, so really it's subjective.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll add something, and I think I totally agree with the Honorable Minister here. You see, while we navigate social media, our branding is very important. Like how you brand yourself on those sites is very important. You see, if you're struggling to get followers so that you can, advertise for your business, so you start by posting, those sensitive photos so that you can get followers, because those are things people like. And all of a sudden start now advertising a business that sells Gomez. I think it becomes difficult actually then for people to, resonate with what you've been doing and what you're doing now. And people don't take you serious on those sides. So I think it becomes important for you to, like she said also, being intentional. I think on social media, one important thing is finding your niche. Like knowing that I will deal with mental health. Start talking about mental health through and through. Be consistent with mental health. And that way you'll actually attract the audience that is actually interested in these things. Such that if you're advertising anything about mental health, then they can understand and follow and actually take you serious. If it is shoes, if it is people do phones there, I think it's important that people find their niche, brand yourself there, and be consistent with what you're doing. Otherwise, you see, once people brand you a joker on social media, you're finished. There's nothing they'll take serious, whether you're advertising for a business, whether you're now speaking sense. You see, I won't mention handles, but I say there are these handles on Twitter that have now branded themselves as for Chivozi. Like, guys, go on there and curate lies, like a lie, and post it. You know, they be funny sometimes. Yeah. They'll talk about a guy probably that, you know, like drove a bicycle from Chisoro to Kampala. And people, of course, for humor, will enjoy that content. At the time when that person posts serious information, probably, I got an accident.
We won't take
Even
it
when
seriously.
we got an accident for real, people won't take that person serious. Yeah? So that's how important branding becomes now when you want to use social media sites for your advantage or for your benefit. Yeah.
Maybe just to add a little bit, like I think, I also don't believe in being too serious all the time. But I now to mitigate what he's saying, I like Elon Musk so much. I don't know if you guys follow Elon Musk's page. He's a man of humor
We follow
and a man
your
of
page.
business. Today he will post a very funny meme, and it will go viral. Then tomorrow you find him posting about Starlink, about X. You get? So if you once in a while you can bring in some humor, but also once in a while
Serious business.
serious. At least, but of course personalities vary. Eh? But I think branding is very important and how your audience sees you. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give everyone, I think, something like 3 to 4 minutes, because we are trying to conclude. I see you guys still wanted us to go on with the topic, but I think we can actually put a comma, then we put a full stop next Saturday. That is if our listeners permit us. We can come back again. We can come back again. Same topic, same people. Anyway, okay, so I don't know who's going to go first. Of course, I'm seeing every gent looking at the lady, like ladies first. So I think.
So we are trying to summarize. Eh?
Okay, so that I think he's trying to, break that. What do we call it? These things that are already there, like you can't change them. Okay, something of that sort. So he's going to go first as he's trying to, giving us conclusive remarks and his salutations as we conclude. Don't forget we are passing at the other room of our friend Uthman, and yeah, so over to you. You can submit, then we'll talk about that after.
I'm giving my submission. I had to give all out because I had to give something as well.
It's okay. You can give us what you had prepared to give, because he had a lecture, so of course books first.
I came in late.
So you're going to give us your submission, what you had prepared for our listeners, and as you also conclude as well.
So first things first. We have to accept that we have been born in a generation. Actually, the description of Gen Z is people say Gen Zs are people who are very good with technology. Like Gen Zs, people who are very good with technology. Probably people have been born in a generation of, I think, is it 1999, 1998? Yeah. Very good with devices. So, first things first, we have to appreciate that we are going to be with technology now and even the next generation. And of course, social media is one of the tools. So, number one, as Gen Zs, it will be very absurd if you don't know how to use social media. That's first things first. So we have to take it on, and if you are really still lagging behind, you must embrace. But then, the negativities which come with social media are quite a number. Let me take a live scenario. There are a lot of scammers online, and because the Gen Zs want quick money, want quick results, many of them fall for scammers. And personally, I usually say, like, as a Gen Z, how would you fall for a scam? Really, how do you fall for a scam? Someone has come to you, they have advertised your business, they brought you a message on WhatsApp. Please, we are giving you this business. You invest 1 million, in the next 24 hours, you will have maybe 50% your return on investment. Really? I think a few weeks ago, someone called me. There was this about 3 weeks ago. A student called me and told me, I'm a very big fan of crypto. So someone told me there's this random person who called me and they told me they're investing in crypto. What? The first time they told them to deposit over 500,000, so they deposited 500k. Now they were giving them a commission of 6% per day. So 500k, 6%, that's like how much? 30k. So the first day they could withdraw 60. The principal is not withdrawn. So someone deposits 500k, then they are getting a commission of 30k per day. You can withdraw the interest, but you can't withdraw the principal. So when she withdraw the principal, the things work. Now they told her, now you can add more. She added another 500k, it became 1 million. Now the interest increased 60k per day. After increasing 60, the money could come. Now on the third day they told her, you increase this money to 3M, such that your return on investment increases. This, Gen Zs, you don't have money. So called Makade had also been a beneficiary of these withdrawals. Makade was an Airtel money operator. So now she called someone, give me float of 3M. These things, they're doing some quick business. They wired 3M. The moment the money was wired, withdrawals got suspended because of a technical technical problem. Maybe it's a technical problem. A few hours later, withdrawals were suspended until 31st November. But when you look on the calendar, November has 30 days. So withdrawals have been suspended until 31st November, but November has 30 days. So even 31st November will never reach. So Gen Zs, we have to be very cautious. Maybe that's just one of the scenarios, but there are even deep fakes. You find AI speaking exactly like maybe President Museveni, AI speaking like maybe Trump, like Obama. And I believe as a Gen Z, you must have these skills to do fact checking. But when I listen to this, what exactly is going on? So social media is good, but it can be also another trap, and people, because of the nature that we want quick results. And think about it, how does someone give you a business and in 24 hours you get 50%? Really, which business is that? And in your brain, your dopamine will lie to you that it's actually legit, and very many people have fallen victim of this. So that's a problem. But then there are other problems, of course. People are using social media to promote wokeness. Wokeness. This, okay. I know there are people who are liberals, but this whole thing of being free, people can post naked things.
Free will.
People are liberal. They are living how they want to live. There's that woke virus, and it's being spread because of. You find someone is a pedophile and they're posting online.
Yeah.
You find someone's a pedophile, they're posting online, and so that's a problem. But then, we as Gen Z, I think we need to take cautious on that. But also, in cases of things we're not sure of, it's very important to do the fact checking. But then, most importantly, I would want us to leverage on technology to it's very important that we leverage on technology to learn skills. Because I believe that how you get money is trading a skill for money. When maybe Short Legend makes for me a poster and I pay the poster, he's trading the skill for money. If you code for me and you make for me a website and I pay you, you are trading the skill for money. If I'm a doctor and I come and I treat you, I'm trading my skill for what? For money. So we can actually learn very many side hustles on top of maybe the parent skills we have done. If you're doing maybe monogamous is doing lab tech, you just be on your computer every day. You can learn something new, because I'm sure if you scroll very well with various platforms, you can. But also, social media can be a source of information. One way of making money is having access to information. By the way, there could be a scholarship maybe somewhere in the UK, but because you have access to information, you may never know. And probably because you're on LinkedIn, maybe something. But of course, fact checking is very important. You may fall for a scam as well, just because you're excited. So, but fact checking, but social media can be a source of what? Information. So it's very important. It's a double-edged sword, but I think the benefits might outweigh the demerits. So the merits outweigh the demerits. So as Gen Zs, I think first things first, let's embrace social media, and if possible, there are a lot of beyond social media, there are other aspects of technology. Because when you look at social media is a category of something called Web 2. Web 2, you know, the web has been evolving. There was Web 1, that those things of remember those televisions where you could only read, you couldn't type back. That was Web 1.0. There used to be things like those radio stations, BBA, the BBC those days, hyperlinks, things like that. Now when we came to Web 2, that's where we could now read and write. That's why you have a Facebook page, you have a Twitter page, because now you can read and write. Now we have evolved to Web 3.0. Web 3.0 now has a lot of aspects: artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, 5G, augmented reality, the metaverse, and all those things. So, as Gen Z's on top of course, yes, social media has been there, but social media is actually quite old, because when you look at Facebook, it's an invention of 2004. It's now how many years down the road? Like 20. But now I'm telling you, we have evolved. 2021, there was an evolution to Web 3. So, yes, much as social media is a good thing, in time to come, there's going to be like these aspects of Web 3 are going to come on board. Blockchain technology, AI, most important, AI. So as we use social media, we can actually use social media to get to learn these other new aspects of this evolving technology as well. Because I believe survival for the fittest. Those who don't adapt to the changing world will be select against, and they will be completely wiped out.
Okay, thank you so much, our Minister of Health. Over to you.
Well, thank you so much, our host, for hosting us. And like the previous speaker said, what makes you relevant in our generation as a Gen Z person is how much information you're equipped with. So use social media to equip yourself with information that will help you. Thank you so much, the outside audience, for engaging. And I believe we've learned and relearned a lot of things. Stay connected, stay online, and stay responsible online as well. Thank you so much.
Be intentional. You kept on emphasizing.
Okay, in bold. Gen Z's, be intentional. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, our Minister of Information.
Thank you so much, Kuru. I can't stress the point of information anymore. Everyone has talked about it. It is very, very, very important for us. See, education used to be the key to success, then it's no longer, because information is everywhere. So whoever uses it better then has the advantage. Then also, we have to be responsible on these platforms. Now, that way we can avoid things like cyberbullying, things like being scammed. We have to be very careful on these platforms, and also understand that we are now in the age of technology. Probably things that worked for our parents may not work for us. So you have to move with the trends. You have to always look out for what's new. There is no course that we are doing here that does not need a computer aspect in it. Even when, unfortunately, probably we still have that computer aspect not part of the curriculum that we study in class. So that means you have to take in extra effort to look out for what else am I not studying that is necessary. It becomes difficult if you go to the world outside and find out these things when you are already there. It's better you find them out when you're still here and still have a chance to do corrections and everything. I thank you for hosting me. I thank all the panelists. I think it's been a very good session, educative. Hope the listeners enjoy.
Thank you so much, our guests, for accepting the invitation, first of all. And I want to thank our listeners. I saw my young sister Grace at Chikozire. Thank you for listening in. Then Conrad also, thank you so much. I see Shito. You're very, very many. Thank you so much, everyone who listened in. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so much for giving me company. And it was Nkurunziza Precious, your host, also known as Nkuru. And thank you so much, Infinity Radio, for giving us the opportunity to come and share out what we feel as the young generation. Thank you so much, our CEO, Short Legend, Makerere University, everyone that has really, really taken part for this great initiative. We still have more programs in the lineup, so please stay tuned. We are still Infinity Radio. Another program is coming up. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
You're listening to the talk show on Infinity Radio.